Hi everybody, it's Alex Tennis. Today I'm gonna review the Wilson Blade 100L. Let's go. I really wanted to make a video about this racket because it feels like it's gonna be like pretty much a perfect racket. And I know I set the expectation really high, but no, let me tell you, this is, and let's go straight with the specs because I'm gonna talk a bit more after this, but this is a 100 square inch head size with a 16 by 19 string pattern, and the unstrung weight is 285 grams. The balance of this racket is even, so that's why for me it's a really interesting racket. Because you have the 100 square inch, you have the 16 by 19, you have the even balance, but you have the control of a Wilson blade. And if you don't know, I was a user of the Wilson Blade 16 by 19, but the 305 gram version, until I would say November last year. So normally I should like this racket. What I want to find out about this racket is it a good racket for an intermediate slash a, could be a beginner into a slash advanced player racket. So that's why for me this racket is really interesting. This racket can suit up to pretty much everybody. And so what I want to find out is, does it have enough power, enough control, enough spin potential to please to pretty much everybody? Now let's go with the look. I like the look, it's fine, it's not the best looking racket, but I would say it's pretty cool, it's fine. Before we hit the court, I want to talk about the string that is in this racket. In the main it's the Völkl Cyclone Tour strung at 54, and in the cross it's the Völkl Power Fiber 2 at 52 pounds. Let's go straight to the court.
On the court with the Wilson Blade 100L, I had to say that this racket is really good overall. I felt like it could create a lot of power, a lot of spin, but you still have the control. So I feel like if you want to just rally, down in the middle and do 30 shots in a row, this racket is perfect. But if you want to, accelerate a bit more your balls and try to attack a bit more, then this racket can really generate it. I felt like this racket was pretty stable, even if it's a 285 gram. Obviously you have the same flexibility that the Blade 16 by 19 but the 305 version has. Overall I felt like for this type of racket, it's pretty good, and overall just like the feeling. I felt like the sweet spot was a bit small for those type of racket, but again, if you can hit the sweet spot all the time, it's gonna be the perfect racket for you. So it's a demanding racket for an intermediate player, but for more advanced player that wants to play with a 285 grams racket, I would say that it's pretty much a solid racket overall. The string that is in there was not really made for me, so maybe that could be also a thing that made me not really feel as comfortable with this racket that I was for example with the 305 gram version. But overall I really like this racket for serve, for volley, for attack shot and everything.
Alright, so I felt like the Blade 100L was a really good overall racket. I really like the mix between the control, the power and the spin. The only thing that I didn't really like for this review is the fact that the hybrid setup was not a really good fit for me. So I would have loved personally to have a full bed of Cyclone Tour, but other than that, I felt like it was a really good racket. I would recommend this racket to pretty much every beginner intermediate player that loves to have a 285 gram racket with a 100 square inch. This is truly a great racket. I would grade this racket probably 8.24 out of 10. So that's it for this review. Hope you have liked it. Don't forget to like, to comment and to subscribe, and see you next time. Bye bye.